Welcome to my neighbourhood. This is Brixton. It's an area that's changing, and for some that change is happening too quickly. Brixton is becoming wealthy.
There isn't many Brixtonites. I'm from round here, man, and there's not many Brixtonites in there.
So I'm going to take you on a short journey to meet those who live and work here, who think this change is damaging Brixton's soul. Brixton is cool, it's buzzing, it's diverse. You now have more bars and restaurants than most residents will visit in a lifetime, let alone one city. So, has Brixton now reached that unholy urban frontier? Has it now become gentrified? There are people here fighting against change, some of them just to stay in business. One of them is Bella, who runs this family deli right in the heart of Brixton. Hey Bella, how are you?
Hi, fine, thanks.
So, we were talking the other day about you've been here a long time and how the area's changed. How long have you been here for?
So I've been in Brixton most of my life, and I've had this shop for 25 years.
Okay.
And during that time, we've seen a lot of changes, as you can imagine. I mean, one example of that is Nettleford Rail, who are determined to close all the arches, and that's really to increase the rents. And that is down to because they feel that Brixton is an area that can well afford to pay. It's really sad because you can't put a value on a neighbourhood shop, and you can't put a monetary value on,
People are though.
But well, yeah, they are. They are putting a value on it, and it's low. It has no value basically, because it doesn't. They can make a lot more money by turning it into an area that the rents are so high that you're just going to get chains in here, and that's all it will be, because they're the only ones who can afford it.
You're saying it's quite exciting how there have been loads of new businesses opening recently, and I think Pop Brixton's opened just behind you.
Yeah.
Would you call that exciting?
I think a lot of people would call it exciting.
You know.
I think it's interesting. I think the whole idea of it is quite exciting. I find it quite funny in a way, quite amusing, that you have this sort of concept of renewing these old sea containers, and it's all a bit rough and a little bit ready, and everything's plywood and everything, and sort of quite honest in its makeup, and yet you want fish and chips and it's 14 quid.
It's a common story though, right? Businesses spot opportunities and they take them, and for every winner there's also a loser. But is this march of the wealthy, the cool and the young at the expense of people who made Brixton so good in the first place? So Shardine, you've been here in Brixton for a while. Mm-hmm. What's so great about it?
Well, what I love living here is a community. People say hello to each other. Music, food.
Shardine is a DJ, artist and local activist. She's involved with Reclaim Brixton. They're a group who are worried about the pace of change in the area. So Shardine, you've seen a big change around here with Pop Brixton. When you see it here, just over the road from that market, which has been there for a long time, what do you think?
It's a strange juxtaposition, because it's almost like you're kind of walking through a sort of the authentic Brixton into a kind of more manufactured version of it in a way. And so it's like a split between the communities. So the people who feel comfortable in the authentic Brixton don't really feel comfortable coming in there. It doesn't feel like it's a space for them.
Why isn't it authentic though? What's wrong with it?
There are people in there who are working, who are local from the area, but it's also about what audience and what customers they're expecting in that sense. And I don't think those that are in there are providing custom for those that are typical in this area. So when you think of Brixton, we think of Black British culture, we think of music, we think of all these kind of things, and those things are already here.
I'll take it back. 50 years ago, people from the Caribbean came here for the first time. They weren't wanted in the area. They changed it, transformed it and made Brixton what it is today. This is just an example of more change, and surely you should embrace the fact that Brixton is a welcoming place which is enabling the place to grow and change.
But that change doesn't have to happen with the displacement of people based on their income or their class or even their race or anything like that. So it's a case of, if we're going for change, what change do we want to see in the foreseeable future? And I don't want to be living in a city which has just got Pret-a-Manger and other sort of mainstream stores everywhere. I want different communities. I want to be able to talk to the person in the shop and know, like in the Arches, Jose, I know Jose, I know his family. I want that conversation because that's what communities are built on, and that's what social cohesion is. And with things like this, that's what breaks down social cohesion, and that's why we start to see conflict.
They wouldn't let me in with my camera today, so the next best thing was to talk to a few people who've been inside to see what they think about Pop Brixton. Just making a film about Brixton.
Are you?
Yeah.
Nice.
So what do you think about all this?
Fantastic.
Yeah?
Yes.
So what's so good about it?
It's summertime one. It brings back some very good memories. For example, I'm from Nigeria. That's my second home. And, you know, just driving past and hearing some African deep high life, African high life music.
Yeah, good music.
That lures you into in there. And when you get in there, it's like everything is informal. And you belong.
Have you guys been inside?
Yes.
What do you think of it?
It's all right.
Yeah? What's good about it?
What's good about it?
Yeah.
It's got good energy.
All right.
Yeah. Not enough black people in there though.
Oh, really? Well, it's
Yeah.
funny. So, I mean, people have been saying there's like a real divide between the market over there and then you've got this here.
Yeah.
So you think that's quite true?
He said that he thinks it's aimed at more sort of.
There isn't many Brixtonites. I'm from round here, man, and there's not many Brixtonites in there. It just feels a little bit divided. So if they could overcome that, I think it would be good.
Okay.
But I'm not saying it's bad.
Yeah.
But it could be better.
I have to be honest, speaking to Shardine and Bella has made me think that maybe I'm part of the problem that they describe. I don't really spend that much money in the market, nowhere near as much, say, as my grandma would do. I'm probably going to end up having drinks with my friends later on in Pop Brixton because, I don't know, it's a cool place to go and hang out. But speaking to them has made me think more carefully about what kind of community I want to live in and where exactly I spend my money.